So I'm so excited, you guys. This week is awesome. I'm really excited to have Teresa Spittle here to train you guys to share her story of LuLaRoe and her journey of LuLaRoe and also talk about being all in with LuLaRoe, being all in. So I have to tell you a story though about the first time I saw Teresa. It was pretty epic. We were on my first cruise, which was last year's cruise. And she gets up on the stage for karaoke and she lays down like every word of the song Baby Got Back by Sir Mix-a-Lot. And I was like, I'm in love with this girl. She's my friend already. Like I like totally connected with her. She rocked the house. So something that I do know about her that was apparent to me when I first saw that was that she's just fearless. She just has this, no fear. She just goes for things and then just gives it her all. And so I wanted her to talk about just being all in with LuLaRoe because I know that's what she is. And she's super successful. She's a coach. And so she has led a successful team and a successful business. And so I'm excited to hear from her. And I'm going to go ahead and give you the mic, Teresa.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Jenny. That is so sweet. I feel like more than probably 90% of the time that I talk to somebody at a LuLaRoe event, they're like, didn't you sing Baby Got Back on the cruise in 2016? And I'm like, that was me. Yes, that was definitely me. So, yeah, to say, I mean, all those things that you said about me are so sweet, but honestly, I'm not fearless. I have the same fears that all of you guys have. And I have the same kind of days sometimes where I'm like, this is happening and why is this happening? And I have my moment and then I just push forward. And I think if you can have that mentality, I didn't always have it. But if you can find that mentality within you, that positive outlook on what's going on and how can I overcome this challenge, look at it as a challenge and not necessarily something that's happening to you, and just overcome it. I think that's really what it's been all about in the last year and a half. So just starting with my story, I became a LuLaRoe consultant or retailer in October of 2015. So I'm about a year and a half in. At that time, we were cruise qualifying based on ordering. So I only had 3 months to qualify, but I knew that I wanted to increase my inventory anyway. So I just went for it. I actually didn't even really know about the cruise qualification until like November. So I was like, well, I'm already in for 2 months. Might as well go again. And so I built my inventory that way and went on the cruise. And the cruise changed my whole opinion on LuLaRoe. I went into it. I had a full-time job. I worked for the Navy at the time. And I went into it looking at it as like, I get first dibs on the clothes and I'll maybe pay off some bills and it'll be a hobby. It'll be fun. Clothes made me feel really confident and really happy and comfortable in my skin. So it was like a win-win. But then when I went on the cruise and I talked to other people who were doing it and what they were doing, first of all, I hadn't compared myself to anyone because I didn't really know what anyone else was doing. So I had no idea if my sales were good or bad. And I just knew that they made me happy. And I think in that respect, ignorance is bliss. Sometimes we know too much about the other guy and we forget that this isn't a competition. This isn't a competition between me and Jenny to see who sells the most every month. But I know that being around Jenny is motivating because she is a cruise qualifier, and that inspires me because I know that there are other people out there who have the same, same goals as me, I guess. So I think surrounding myself with people at the cruise that were like-minded and had the same kind of goals when they started that changed a little bit, their why changed a little bit as they moved along, and really just taking everything in. Talking to anybody I could about what they've done in the past year. Okay, like I remember specifically hearing Lindsay Wheeler speak about where she was the cruise before, and I just wanted to pick her brain because I knew that she had like 25 girls when she went on the cruise in 2015, and then on the cruise in 2016 she had 250 girls on her team, and I wanted to know how to do that. I actually asked her, how did you do that? Because I want to do that. I want to come back here in 2017 and say, I've got that same team, that same size team, and I did that too. So it was asking questions. It was hearing stories. It was getting ideas, but it was also seeing that there are thousands of other people just like me who came into this maybe not really expecting much. Maybe they had nothing to lose. Maybe they had everything to lose, but all those different stories are so inspiring for different reasons. Lisa Jones, if you ever meet Lisa Jones, she's in New York. If you ever meet her at an event, go up to her and pick her brain. She has come from having so little to she's just so inspiring to me. Her story is just amazing. And you can actually find her story on the LuLaRoe website. But that cruise changed my perspective of what I was capable of and what LuLaRoe could do for our family. And also changed my husband's point of view, which in turn, I think having him on board a little bit more was definitely more motivating to me to do as much as I possibly could. Because when I left the cruise, I went from being a full-time government worker. I worked in a cubicle. I was there for 8 years to maybe I can make this work where I can be home with my 2 small children and have freedom and not be in a cubicle and not deal with certain attitudes that didn't necessarily serve my day. So I guess what it did for me was it wasn't necessarily a financial change I was looking for, maybe a little bit, but it was more of like, I need a purpose. I need to be creative. I need to help people, and I want to make people feel beautiful, and I want to do all these things because this is what LuLaRoe has brought to me, and I want to share that. And so my husband and I came home as a team. We left going on that cruise as this is a free vacation and we're going to live it up, to coming back to we're a partnership and we're going to figure out how we can work this together. Now, I will tell you, I say partnership, but my husband is kind of like, he's like, when I'm busy, he's keeping the kids busy when I'm doing my work. Or like he helps in his own ways. He used to do my invoicing and my shipping, but I'm kind of like a little type A, I guess. I like to do everything myself. So he helps when I need him. He loads the trailer. That's a big one. So he does like heavy lifting and stuff like that, but he helps where I need him to. And not everybody has a full-on partnership with their husband. I get that. I don't necessarily want that, and that's okay. So you have to figure out what works for you and what all in means to you. If you are in this for $1,000 extra a month, girlfriend, go get it, and then give yourself a high five when you get it. And don't compare yourself to the people whose why is $12,000 a month, or whose why is as much as they can possibly make in a month, because you're always going to get down on yourself if you're comparing what you're doing to someone else. Your why is not the same as my why, and you need to celebrate your victories. If your goals are $1,000 or if your goal is $200 a month in sales, celebrate yourself, because if you're hitting that, you should be absolutely happy. My goal was never $12,000 a month when I got in, ever. My goal was not to build a team, ever. I didn't have time. I had a 3-year-old and a 2-year-old, not even at that time. I actually had like a 6-month-old when I started. So it's really evolved. And I think the hardest thing for me over the last 1.5 years is coming to the realization that this is a new company and that I need to learn how to roll with the punches and adjust and adapt. Because any business owner, whether it's LuLaRoe, whether it's you own a gas station, whether you own a grocery store, a mom and pop shop, or a Fortune 500 company, whatever it is, you have to be able to adjust to the market. You have to be able to adjust to things that are thrown at you. You have to evolve and change and not run scared from things that might be considered a setback or something that's going to throw a wrench in your day. Just take it on and don't say, why me? Say, what can I do to overcome this? That has been the biggest, I will say, struggle, and the biggest lesson I've learned in 1.5 years time is to be all in. I have to be able to adjust. And LuLaRoe has our best interest at heart. They really, really do. If you've never met home office, I know it's hard to hear that from people. Like, it's like, how do you really create trust when you've never been there, so to speak? But I know from seeing it, and I know Jenny knows the family as well, is that they really do have our our best interest at heart. and they think things through before they put it out on the table for us to kind of like absorb. They think it through, and they have our best interest before they do it. So being all in means having trust and being able to adjust, and really just, I think, celebrating what you're capable of doing. I'm the kind of person that when I reach a goal, I want to set a new one, or I always have something kind of going on. And I think it's being able to just like challenge yourself. You have to be self-motivated. Nobody's going to do this for you. You invested in yourself. I invested in myself. My husband invested in me a little bit, and we have to have the trust in each other that, one, we're not going to let this fail because I don't fail. And two, like, I want to show my husband that I'm doing this, and that I want to make him proud. I want to make my kids proud. I want my kids to understand that I don't have to be miserable in a job for 40 years. If it all came down to it and I had to go back to a cubicle, I would, but I would do whatever I had to do. But right now, LuLaRoe, I'm getting where the getting's good, and it's good right now. And I'm taking full advantage of being home with my children and working 3 days a week, 4 days a week. And I'm having fun. I'm really having a really good time. And, Jenny alluded to me being like fearless, and I love that I put that off, but I will say that's like fake it till you become it. Like, just like Deanne says, fake it till you make it. When I walked up on stage, I had never met Deanne. I'd never met Mark. I met Justin like the night before cruise, but my song is Baby Got Back, and I love karaoke. Like, I love it. It brings me so much joy. And you don't know scared until you're standing right in front of Deanne and Mark, and you're about to lay down Baby Got Back, and you're like, I'm not really sure how this is going to be taken, but I'm just going to go for it. And I think it was just such a like release of like inhibition and just trusting that they would love me back, I guess. I don't know. It was like this crazy moment where I was like shaking, but I just did it, and it was just so much fun. And I think sometimes we have to let our guard down and really just try new things and have fun. And it's the same with your business. What works today may not work next week. I personally, here's a perfect example. And I'm sorry if I keep like blabbing, but I keep having these ideas pop in my head. I've never been a person, I've always been an in-home salesperson. I've always done in-home pop-ups. I've used online sales to kind of supplement those sales. And of course, connect with my friends and family who are not local. And then of course that grows, as your name gets out there. Excuse me. But because I've not really been like a strategic like online seller, I do not like doing album sales. I don't like taking pictures. And that's just it. Like, I just don't like it. So I'm like, why would I quit a job that I didn't like to do another job I didn't really like either? So I make LuLaRoe work for me. And I like getting out. I like doing pop-ups. I like meeting new people. And I like, if I'm going to do online, I like to do what's fun for me, which is styling. I love styling people and doing flat lays. I love doing live styling events, just like a live pop-up. I do like an outfit request sometimes. I just started doing capsules a couple weeks ago, and that it was just like, I think I heard somebody else was doing it, and I was like, I'll just see what happens. And that was hot for me for 2 weeks, and people were like, oh my God, can I do that? Do not ask permission to do a sale. Never ask permission to sell your clothes. Everyone in LuLaRoe should have the same mindset, is that we are in this together, and if it works for you, you should try it too, and you should try it too, and you do not have to ask me for permission to do it. Get out there and sell the clothes. They're not going to sell themselves. Some of them do, the uniform prints, they do. But I really think you need to like give life to your clothes. That's just my mentality when it comes to my business. I like to share my personality. I like to engage with my customers, and I do that through live sales, and I do that through sharing my life with them. And they know what's going on with my family and my kids right now because I share it. Probably sometimes I overshare, but that's okay. So those are just a few things, that come to mind when it comes to being all in, is just, trusting in yourself that you invested a large amount of money in yourself. That is not I did not have it. I didn't have it to invest. We had to make it work. But trusting in yourself that you believed in yourself at one point to make that investment, and then trusting yourself that you are a smart person and that other women look up to you because you took that leap of faith. So show them what it means to be a strong person, a strong businesswoman, and share the love of the clothes that brought you into this as a business venture.
Amazing. Yes. I agree with everything that you've said. I do have a question for you. Can you tell us what your weekly schedule is like?
Yeah. So I just recently got a schedule. I am an orange. I know we're not supposed to use that as an excuse, but I am an orange lens, which means I'm kind of all over the place for the most part. I'm also a very strong blue, which means I'm very emotional. But I am not an organized person. And when I was working full time and doing LuLaRoe, I was making sure every free moment I had when I wasn't with my kids and when I wasn't at work was being spent working on my business. So, for example, in the morning, I would get up and I would get myself dressed for work in all LuLaRoe, and I would take a picture of myself and post it to my Instagram, my business page, and my VIP page. That was every morning. Maybe I missed every once in a while. I was doing things at lunchtime, running to the post office. I was sending invoices at lunch. Break time, I was going live with my team for 10 minutes. So I had a really structured schedule because I had to. In December of last year, I was able to come home. I actually quit my job. I left a pension, which was scary. It's still scary. But I came home and I completely lost it. I did not have a schedule at all. And my sales kind of like went like this, and I wasn't as good at posting my outfits, and sometimes I wasn't even getting dressed. And so now what I've done is I've started making lists, which is totally out of my comfort zone, but every morning I'll make a list of what I need to get done for the day. Right now, my kids are still in daycare part of the week. So I have them in daycare Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, because I couldn't get anything done with them home. I just couldn't. I have a 3.5-year-old and a 2-year-old, and I didn't leave my job to not work. So we put them back in daycare so that I could work a couple days a week. And I usually do like a pop-up on a weekend. So right now I work Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And then when my kids are in bed, on Tuesdays and Fridays or at nap time, I'll do like a lunchtime live sometimes because my Lula room is far enough away from their rooms that they don't hear it. But I've been really trying to focus on when I'm not working. And that's been the biggest struggle for me. So my week really is weekends. I usually hold for pop-ups. I don't do a ton of weeknight pop-ups, but I want to get back to them. And I'll do I don't have a set schedule like a lot of consultants where they do an album sale on a Monday and a live sale on a Wednesday. I usually, I ask my group what they're interested in. Do they want to do a live sale? Do they want to do outfits? Do they want me to style them? What are they interested in? And they're usually pretty open about what they want. And I found that if I ask people to tell me what they're looking for, for a capsule or an outfit, I have more engagement from people that I know are looking to shop rather than a couple thousand who really could care less about my albums. So I'm focusing on those people that engage. So for example, on Wednesday, I'm going to do a capsule sale. And what that is I put a post up either the night before or the morning of. I get up at 6 o'clock. So I put a post up that says, hey, capsule day, tell me what you're looking for, but you have to tell me your size, your favorite styles, Where are you going? Are you a stay-at-home mom? Are you a corporate boss babe? Are you going to a wedding? Where are you going in this capsule? And is there anything else I need to know? Do you hate the color orange? Do you love the color purple? Do you want things to work interchangeably? Tell me anything I need to know to style you. Are you bigger up top than you are on the bottom? Things like that. So be their personal stylist. And then the people that respond to that are getting my engagement that entire day. So maybe it's 10 to 12 people, but at least it's 10 to 12 people that I know want to shop and are looking to spend money rather than trying to address the entire group. And then actually that creates engagement for the rest of the group. They see how fun the capsules are. And I do like cute little like stories about like how you can wear number 1 with number 3 and throw on a backpack and some sneakers, and you can wear this with that, and then you can go after work, you can go to the bar or whatever it is. So, you know, giving them a story, again, giving life to the clothes, because when the clothes are just laid on a flat lay or on a mannequin, you don't really, they're not as exciting as when they're on the human body. So I've tried that, and I really think, again, when you have engaging customers, you at least know you're going to get more bang for your buck. I was selling 3 and 4 pieces out of like 6 on each capsule doing that. So people were like buying several outfits at a time. So if you can commit to that, like if you have a day or like a half a day, it takes some time, but I mean, I have the most fun doing that. So I just love that. It's kind of like having a pop-up. So I just mix it up between like capsules, live sales, and I've been doing a lot of fundraising, but excuse me. So I don't have like a set schedule, but I think you need to figure out if that works for you. And you guys all know what works for you right now. And maybe you're seeing maybe what doesn't work for you, or it worked for a while and now it's not. So maybe try just reinventing yourself a little bit and seeing what sticks, because again, what works today may not work next week. And I'm not sure the capsules are going to stick this week, but we'll find out.
I love that idea. Is that like a styling session kind of idea, but you're doing it through just Facebook comments and messaging and stuff like that rather than live?
Yeah, you can do it live. I've been doing them. I've been doing them on like a Facebook post, and then they'll get their own post. So as if they comment on the post, like all the information that I've asked for, I'll put a capsule together, 7 to 8 pieces maybe, lay it out on a flat lay, and then I actually use an editing tool to put a number on each one, and then they get their own post where I tag them at the top. They get first dibs on every piece in the capsule. And you can add shoes in there, or bags, or jewelry and accessories. And then they get first dibs, so they get to comment and pick the numbers that they want to purchase first. And then usually somebody else is like, if she doesn't want 3, I want 3. I want 2 and 3. And you know, so like you end up selling a lot of the pieces. And we were looking at the ratio of like, normally an album sale is like 3,000 pictures or something crazy like that. And then I did the capsule sale. It was like 20 photos I took, and I sold like 30 pieces. Nice. So it's like insane. Like, I mean, yeah, it takes a little bit longer, but it takes me a day to do pictures of my entire inventory because of how infrequently I do album sales, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. You guys, I want to open it up for you to ask questions also. So if you have a question for Teresa, just unmute yourself and throw it out there. She's got a wealth of knowledge that you guys can utilize right now.
I do.
Okay.
So when you started the capsule sale, sorry, I'm Fulani.
Hi.
I'm pretty new, 3.5 months in. When you started your capsule sale, did you kind of put something together and then put it out there and say, hey, this is going to be coming up? Or did you just like kind of dangle a carrot and then other people that responded?
Yeah. So I'm trying to think. I used to do like outfit requests. So they would get like one outfit, like, and it was based on what they were looking for, maybe Carly and leggings or a skirt and top. And then I thought, why not expand this a little bit and give them, because I was getting like that person would pass and then maybe it would get sold. So I was thinking maybe I could give them some more options. And so they were used to me doing styling. Like I think I called it personal styling request or something like that. so that you're kind of like Stitch Fix in a way, except they get to see it before they receive it, which is even better. So after I'd done that for a while, it was kind of slowing down. I wasn't selling as many outfits as I wanted. So I figured I would try just throwing a couple more in, and I was noticing that I could find things where LuLaRoe and Patrick are so good at the colors. There are so many colors that you can mix together, like okay, for example, these leggings. This pink and peach color matches that Carly perfectly, and I mean, just like sitting here. But like, there's so many different combinations. You just have to show people how to do it. So normally, like, I would have never thought that, except that it's behind me. So you just had to play with it. So I started to see like different groupings were coming together, and like sometimes they're like 3 separate outfits, and you can do this here, this here, this here. And sometimes they all like kind of cohesively go together and in their own capsule. And those are the brilliant ones. Those are the ones where you're like, you need to buy all of these because you can literally wear them all together in different ways. So I started with like one outfit, and then it evolved into, here's how you can make 8 different combos with these 6 pieces or whatever. And so I would do a post in the morning saying, let me know what you want, but if you don't provide all of this information, I'm going to go to the next person until you do. And then I would just go down the line. And as I was doing them, it was building hype. So like the first one, it was like, oh, this is so fun, I want to do one. And then someone else would comment. Now it's kind of the point where if I put the capsule up, I will have 10 right away. So I have 10 people for the day that I can serve. And then if I get through the 10, I go to the rest. And I bang out as many as I can. And sometimes I run out of time. My kids come home from school and I have to stop, but it's usually been a good day if that's the case. Does that answer your question?
I love that idea. That's so
Yeah.
cool.
Try it. You guys should totally try it. It was really successful for me. And I really enjoy doing it, especially when I have time. But it's really about those personal connections that we talk about. And if you can find a way to connect to somebody on Facebook without being like this, and understanding what's in their lives, what are they doing? Are they, they usually tell you, well, I'm a stay-at-home mom, but I used to be in the office and I'm just trying to get out of leggings all the time. And I usually grab them a Madison and a classic tee because that is like the best mom outfit. They got pockets for their keys and for their, so you think about, if I'm this person, what do I need? I need pockets. Or, she's going out of town, she needs a piece from the elegant line. Like, let's get her glammed up. So just like connect with them, and then they start to trust you. When you dress them once and they go out and they get complimented all day, they're sending me private messages like, I feel so good. Thank you for what you did for me. I'm not even blowing my own horn here. Like, they really do. And then they trust you to do it again. And then they're coming back and they're telling their friends, and they post their picture in your VIP, unsolicited, and people are complimenting them. And that makes them feel even better. And then someone else wants that same feeling. It's just like a trickle effect.
Right. That's awesome. Okay. Who else has a question for Teresa?
You guys are easy. I need one of those hats. What is that hat?
I know, right? This is our team hat because we're the divas. So it says Lula Divas.
Got it. I need one.
I'll send you one.
Yeah.
What's your team name, Teresa?
We're the Dream Catchers, but I think someone else picked up that name. I've already changed my name so many times. It's like pointless.
Rude.
Yeah, so my upline is like mostly in the New England area. So they're all like wicked, like, I don't know, they talk funny. And I'm from Pennsylvania, so like my team's all like pretty much here. And I'm like, well, I don't even use the word wicked. Like, so.
Yeah. I have a girl, Emily. Emily, are you on? Yes, she is. She's listening, but she doesn't have her video on, but she's in Pennsylvania. She's in Pittsburgh.
Okay, that's a couple hours from me.
Yeah. I'm finding that it's a big state.
It is a big state, yeah.
Okay, you guys, what other questions do you have for Teresa? Please ask her. She's You've got a lot of great
I
ideas.
want to know what's working for all of you guys. Like where, first of all, where are you guys? Do you guys, like, are you all Utah? Or I know one of you is in Pennsylvania. And also, like, are you in-home based? Are you online based? Like, what's working, what's not working?
Pulani, you want to start? You're the first one I see.
Yeah, I will. So I'm Pulani. I'm actually Jenny's aunt.
Oh.
And I've been watching her for 2 years just excel, and I knew I wanted to do it, so finally I took a leap of faith. But I actually live in Wisconsin, so I don't live in Utah right now.
Okay.
I am pretty new. I started online. I launched online. I have not done an in-home yet because I've been working on a mobile boutique.
Ooh.
Yeah, I have a tiny apartment with very little space. So wanting to expand my inventory and everything has been just crazy for me. So we have walls, we have a ceiling. We're just gonna pretty her up and hopefully be done in like a week.
Nice.
Awesome.
Well, you're gonna love in-homes. I love, if I could just do in-homes, I would. I just had one on Saturday. It was the first one in a couple weeks. And sometimes I get like anxious about like moving it. I don't do any of the hard work. My husband does it all. I don't know why I get so wound up about it. But we're mobile too. So we have a trailer, but we don't sell out of our trailer. But we roll our racks in and roll them out. So it's like, it's hard work, and my husband does it, and it's great. But I had the best time, and it was such a better party. Like in-homes are so much better.
Mm-hmm.
I sell so much more. I have I just leave fulfilled, and I'm exhausted when I'm done, but it's fun, and you get to meet people, and I really think that they're just more lucrative in general.
Mm-hmm.
And plus you don't have to invoice and package and make sure you get stuff out by the time the mailman leaves. Like, you don't have to do any of that stuff. It's just gone. And then you can order again. It's like the best.
Teresa, how do you roll in your racks? What if there's stairs? That's always been my question. Like, how do people roll those in?
Yeah, so we make sure ahead of time we know the logistics of what we're getting into. If it's like a second story apartment, I sometimes suggest having it here at my house. Because I have like a first floor bedroom that we use that my racks are not normally this empty. I just haven't unloaded everything yet. So our trailer has a ramp, and we make sure that if there are steps getting into the home, it's like 1 or 2. But my husband, he's like boss. He can like lift them up, and like I try to help him, but I help him and I don't really help him. So he does a pretty good job of that. So yeah, we just make sure ahead of time that they know that's how we roll. And if we have to tear down, we will do the bag thing or the bins. But it's been pretty simple so far. We had one that we just made a few adjustments. Again, just roll with the punches. There used to be, I don't know if anyone still does this, but like the bins, people just shopped out of bins. I've always wanted to just try that because I thought that'd be so fun.
I know.
Like, okay, I just bought a trailer. I gotta be like,
gotta like use it.
Yeah.
Awesome. Let's see. How about Leslie Douglas? Will you want to share the way that you LuLaRoe?
Sure. I'm kind of a mess, but I'm a mom of 5, so I'm busy and life's kind of crazy. So my right now I actually do primarily online because of that, because I just don't have the time to do a ton of pop-ups. I would like to get more of that, but right now, so I'm in Utah, but my probably 80% plus of my business is in Montana, which is where I'm from.
Okay.
And so that's where people love to shop online up there because they don't have as much shopping available, and that's where I've had my success. And so I'm actually taking a trip next month. I'm taking a trip to go visit some of these like really great customers that I've actually never met.
Yeah.
But they're up in Montana. So I'm going to take my whole inventory and go up there and meet them and hopefully meet their friends, and hopefully it will continue to grow there. But that actually is my question for here. I just cannot get people to host. Like I I feel like I can offer them the world and they just have no desire to host a party. So do you have any tips on, or do you, it seems like people just want to do parties with you, but any tips on talking them into having a party?
Yeah, I wish that was the case. It used to be like that. I will be very honest. It was really easy. It was really easy to get parties booked about a year and a half ago. And I would say a good year. I was booked solid. But times have changed, and I think that has a little bit to do with, I don't necessarily think it's the number of consultants. I think that's the easy answer. But I think, I'm not really, honestly, I'm not an expert. I don't know why people aren't booking, but it is harder now. So remember that Jenny and myself and every other retailer is going through that. And we all have to figure out I don't think there's a special sauce. I think it's just being persistent. And I think it's making sure you're taking care of your hostesses that you have, because they will share that. They pass that along. So don't be stingy with your rewards. You're getting started now with in-homes, then I would say be all in. If you're going to give one free for every 10, you let them pick a Sarah if they want.
Right.
I usually give them the most expensive pieces that they have in their pile for free. I give them a discount on everything else. I have heard something that's working for some people is at a party, if you book a party off of a party, so they're giving the hostess and the person who booked a 50% off item. I've heard that one is working pretty well. I've got to be honest, I got to get better about pitching myself at a party, because I get so caught up in party, and that I forget that, okay, I need to book some more parties. So I really think it's persistence. I think it's treating every hostess the best way that you can, and have fun. And, you can do your incentives. You could do I know some people do different incentives every month. So maybe be entered to win, insert gift here, whatever it is you want to give away. I would give away something from my inventory, because that just seems like the smart thing to do. But, yeah, you got to work your 72-hour game plan. Again, that's just something that, I'm sure Jenny has gone over, and that's just the fundamentals of LuLaRoe and direct sales. And you have to get comfortable being uncomfortable. So a lot of times we say, well, I'm doing the 72-hour game plan. It's not working. You have to really evaluate yourself and give yourself a tough look at look in the mirror and say, are you really doing the 72-hour game plan? And I say this to myself, and my husband says it. He goes, you need to do the 72-hour plan. I'm like, it's the game plan. So he'll come out, I'll be doing my webinars, he'll come around the corner and he'll say, you guys got to do the 72-hour game plan. And, if you're committed to your business like a business, which is step one, then it should be easy from there on out, because you are going to rely on this. This is your business. You need to sell the clothes. I personally think that online sales, when there are certain people that can make a living and a wonderful living off of just online, and I think that those are the exception, not the rule. Mm-hmm. I like to use online as a supplement, but I know I need to get out there and book more parties. I'm never satisfied with how many parties I have. I would love to have a different party every day. I'm not even joking. I would love that. So yeah, I think just be yourself and find what sets you apart. And I wish people were still coming to me like they used to. That would be awesome. But I have the same questions coming to me from my team. So know that you're not alone in that, and know that there are coaches and mentors and trainers who have the same struggles as you, and that we are all down in the trenches trying to do the same things. And there's a little bit of a misconception, I guess, that it's easy because we've been in it, for so long. And it's not easy. I definitely think handing out your business card 3 to 5 a day. I know it's hard with 5 children. I can't even imagine. It's hard with 2. So you have all my praise. I don't know how you do it. But I guess it's just normal for you, right? I'm grocery store with 2 kids. No, I think I'll just have them. Yeah, that just sounds like stress. But yeah, if you can, at the playground, take a pair of leggings and put your business card in it. Hand it out and make sure it says on there, host a pop-up. Because, the mom at the playground, they really want free clothes. Like, they really do. I met a lady down in our playground, and she was like, oh, I like LuLaRoe, but it's kind of out of my price range. I don't work. And I'm like, girl, you can get this stuff for free 99. You got to get a party, right? So like, just like, have fun, be a genuine person. I think it's hard. Sometimes like with direct sales, I get turned off with some of them because I'm like, leave me alone. Like, I don't want to, like, there's so many direct sales companies now, but guess what? Everyone wants clothes, and these clothes happen to make us feel amazing, and they're fun, and they're ever changing, and we can like literally change our wardrobe every couple of weeks. It's crazy. So yeah, I don't think there's a special sauce, but do your 72-hour game plan, hand out your business cards, take care of your hostesses, make sure they spread the word. And I think if you're talking about it at a pop-up, here's another trick I like. If you're having a pop-up and your hostess gets to 10 pieces, make sure you say loud enough for a couple people to hear, hey, Jenny, you're at 1 free piece. Like, if you sell or you're close to 2 free pieces, 2 more pieces, and you're at a second free piece, like, don't say it obnoxiously, because make sure you clear it with your hostess first. Some of them don't like their friends to know that they're getting free stuff. They don't like their friends to know that they're having them over so that they can get free stuff. But yeah, I would say it like kind of like tongue in cheek, like, hey, a couple more pieces. And they're like, wait, what? That's like the best. They're like, you're getting free stuff. Or at the end, when there's people kind of around the checkout, and you say, all right, you got this, and this for free, and these are all going to be discounted. So you're getting 7 pieces for like $80. And they're like, well, what? I don't even know if that math works out, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. Awesome. Good ideas. I had one idea too. I just had a luncheon at Kim's house, and one of the consultants there, I wrote it down, but she had an idea to go through your list of transactions of customers that who have bought stuff from you in the past month or so. And she said she went down that list and messaged every single one of them. She was able to see their orders, so she was able to say, hey, how do you like your Irma leggings? Are you enjoying those? Did you know that you could earn free clothes? I would love to host a party for you. And she said she was actually able to book out 5 months just from that one sit down session of her going through all those contacts, which I thought was pretty rad.
That is awesome.
Good idea, huh?
I need to do that on Wednesday. I'm going to try that.
For real. Yeah.
There you go, Leslie. There's your homework.
Yeah.
Perfect. I'm on it. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Are you gonna plan a pop-up while you're in Wisconsin?
Montana?
Yeah, I have some. So I have 2 for sure. I'm working on a location for a 3rd one, but
awesome.
Yeah, I've got a couple of them going, and I'm excited. I think it'll be a lot of fun because I have one there. It's kind of a funny market that I'm hitting. It's actually people my mom's age, and a lot of them don't really do Facebook, and so she'll say, like, this one girl, she's bought a ton of stuff, and she goes to work and everybody loves it. And she's like, well, I have people that really are loving my outfits and they want to buy it, but they don't really do Facebook. And so
perfect.
Here I go, 500 miles, and we're going to go have a pop-up.
You know what they're going to love too is if you can do it, if you can swing it. If you don't have new stuff on the way, maybe pack some stuff up into boxes, put them in bags and in boxes, and then let them each have their own shop the box. So you're coming to a new state, and they're probably thinking, well, the person who has the first party is going to get all the good stuff. And if you save 2 boxes for those other parties and then open them up, I mean, they don't know if they're new. I'm not trying to be honest, but at least then they're not picked through. There's some stuff that you saved just for the parties. Try it. Can't
Love
hurt.
It.
Totally. Such a good idea.
Thank you so much. Good ideas.
Yeah, no problem.
Hey, who else has a question for Teresa? Right? I'll just pick someone to tell us more about their business, because this is awesome. This is great. How about Emily Feinert? I said your name right, didn't I?
You did.
Yes.
So I'm in Pittsburgh, and I kind of have a smaller space in my house. I kind of use my son's playroom a little bit, and then everything else is kept in bins in our basement. So the last in-home pop-up I did, her house was smaller than mine, so I was only able to set up the dresses on the racks, and the rest of it was actually in the bins. So they shopped from the bins. So that went pretty well. I had my one friend help me. She knew what bins had what in it and how my sizes went. So I think I sold like 31, 32 pieces that popped up.
Nice.
My in-home pop-ups the last few just seemed a lot of the girls will just talk amongst themselves, and they're not willing to like engage in any activity or they did the games at the checkout and everything that I had, but like to get them to try new things, or when I would say, oh, what are you looking for? What are you interested in? They kind of just like stare at you, that kind of thing. And then like my Facebook group seems to be inactive as much. Like no one's really responding. Even giveaways, they don't really seem to respond as much as they used to.
So for engagement at a pop-up, just had an idea and then it went. Getting people to try new things. Okay, so I don't really do games, but someone just asked me this the other day, and one game that I have used is there's like a card where you have them, or you don't even really need the card, but if you tell them that if they try on one piece in each style, that they'll get like $5 off or something, but they have to try at least one piece in each style. So a lot of times they'll try something, if they try the Lucy skirt, it's not something they'd normally wear, they may end up falling in love with it. And then, then you can engage them of how different ways to style it, tucking in the waistband or knotting it at the bottom, different things like that. So I think that game, like, if they seem like they're into games, or it's not really even a game, it's just kind of an incentive for them to try on, and then they get a couple bucks off of a piece or whatever you decide. So that's one way to engage. As far as engagement in your VIP group, Facebook is weird. Facebook is really weird, and it's getting weirder. And the algorithm thing, I don't know if you guys have seen this, like Facebook has algorithms and you need to do this. Don't overcomplicate it, okay? Mm-hmm. So in order to create engagement in your social media posts, you have to create engagement from both you and the customer. So, and there's a really good group called the Socialite Suite. If you're not in it, I would definitely recommend joining. It's SUIT, not SWEET. So the Socialite Suite has examples of engaging posts, and a lot of times people will say, hey, I did this and it got great engagement. The best engagement that I've received is I was going to that training that I just saw Jenny at last month at the new coaches training. And I put up 2 different outfits because I was packing light. I was only going to be there for like literally a day and a half. And I said, should I wear this or that? And I just put a side-by-side of myself in 2 different outfits. They weren't even good pictures. They were mirror selfies, which I am hell-bent against doing. But I did. This or that. And then they voted. I didn't even offer a giveaway, and I had like 500 comments.
Wow.
Like I was like, what? You people, I give away a pair of teaks and you don't barely comment it, but I didn't even offer a giveaway. You just want to tell me what to wear. So now what I've been doing is I piggybacked off of that. So, and you don't have to use this exact example, but this is just a way that you can kind of play and see what works and what doesn't work and what your group likes and doesn't like. I know they like this or that. So I actually asked my group, who wants to do their own this or that? I got about 30 people who wanted to like participate in some way. I filled up my calendar with this or that's for a month. So I have like 30 this or that's coming where they send me a picture. They're doing the hard work for me. They're getting dressed in LuLaRoe in 2 different outfits, and they're telling me where they're going. And then I just merge the pictures together and put this or that on it. And then we post it. And then the group helps them get dressed for whatever it is they're getting dressed for. So sometimes I don't even have to take a picture of my own outfit. And that's just, again, not a genius idea. It just it worked that one time, so I'm going to run it until it doesn't work. And that's increasing the engagement. Also, I think this personal styling things are helping engaging. When you create a post and someone comments on it, reply to every comment. If you reply to them, like whether or not it's thank you or a smiley face or a heart or, whatever, saying hello to them or whatever you want to say, reply to them. And then they will not only will they personally feel good that you actually like said something to them and engaged with them, but LuLaRoe, Facebook sees that engagement and then it helps your algorithms, whatever the heck that means.
Good tips. Okay.
I just have a question.
Yeah.
Okay. It says, how do you keep your VIP active? I do all the posting, games, etc., but it is the same few folks who participate. The rest are dead. I do engage all comments and try to get them to interact. Okay. So I have started from the beginning posting every day. I don't necessarily do like the engaging posts that don't mean anything to me, like what's your favorite ice cream or what's your favorite hobby. Like I don't do those. I'm not saying that that's not right. But again, this or that's are really helpful. I also will use the LuLaRoe style pictures. So I'll Google some style pictures and say, what do you guys think of this style? Thinking about adding it, not really sure, or where would you wear this? That kind of thing. But you have to. I think the VIP question is an interesting one because I get it a lot. How do I grow my group? I don't necessarily think bigger is better when it comes to VIP groups because I would much rather have 20 engaged people than 20,000 who don't care if they're in my group and have turned the notifications off. Again, don't overcomplicate your business. As far as growing your group, I would be growing it organically, not spamming friends and things like that. But it's going to take a little bit of time to engage everyone. And you're going to have to, again, find what works in your group and what your group reacts to and what they want to see. I am very personal in my VIP where I share things like what's going on with my kids. And I like to share what I can do because of LuLaRoe, not necessarily like the money aspect, but because of LuLaRoe, I'm home with my kids. And I'm not saying I make enough money so I could just say peace out to my old job and just come home. I didn't say it like that. I said, I want to be with my kids and I'm here now and I'm able to do it because of LuLaRoe and I'm happy. Or if we go to Hershey Park, if you guys even know, I know Emily probably knows what Hershey Park is, but everyone else probably doesn't. We have Hershey Park passes. So we'll post pictures in our LuLaRoe at Hershey Park. Guess what? Mom can take the day off whenever she wants and go to Hershey Park because of LuLaRoe. And, I don't always say because of LuLaRoe, but they start to see that and they want to see more of it. And they see you as a genuine person who just wants to just have fun and share this with them. And people love that. They just eat it up.
Mm-hmm.
So I hope that answers your question. It's kind of the engaging thing. I would really advise you to go to that Socialite suite and just do some research. Because I'm not a social media expert, but I know what works for my group and it doesn't always work. Sometimes it does and sometimes it doesn't.
Awesome. Okay. You know what? I think we're kind of at our time now because we've gone about an hour and I don't want to keep you too long, Teresa. Thank you so much for taking the time to do this for us and to share your knowledge, to share your experiences and just your personality with us. We've enjoyed having you.
Thank you. That's so sweet.
Thank you so much. And so I think we're going to go ahead and close the call, but you guys, can we give her a silent applause? She did amazing.
Thank you.
And Teresa, you want to share a little bit about the fundraiser that you are doing right now too?
Yeah. So I'm engaged right now. I have 4 days left, but I've been doing a 10-week campaign with the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. It's the Woman of the Year campaign. So every dollar that I raise is a vote to win. And it's also obviously a vote to end cancer, specifically because I was named after my aunt, Teresa, who passed away at the age of 14 to leukemia. That was in 1966. So I never met her, but I always heard stories about her, and she was a true, had a true giving heart, and she was a servant to everyone. She worked in hospitals. She was smart. She was always giving of her time, her energy. And you don't know enough about me until you know that I actually lost my dad as well. So my dad passed away right before I started LuLaRoe, which made LuLaRoe a huge healing experience for me. So my grandparents are still living. They're 89 and 91.
Wow.
And my goal was to raise $100,000 in 10 weeks. And I've activated about 150 LuLaRoe retailers to do fundraisers for my campaign nationwide. And we are getting really close to our goal, but it's over on Friday. I can't share how much I've raised. I wish I could, because we're supposed to keep it a secret, but we're getting really close. So the hope is that I will be able to name a research grant for blood cancers after my aunt Teresa, and give that to my grandparents this Friday. So I know sometimes, when we lose someone, we try really hard to find a reason why that's happening. Mm-hmm. And after all this time, it's my hope that being able to help others through this research grant is a gift to my grandparents, that they see that her life and her death actually, had a meaning, and there was a reason for it, and there was a time, and that I'm inspired, even though I never met her, I'm inspired through her life and her death to give back. And that's what I've been doing. So I do have a fundraising website if you'd like to donate. It's www.beyoulls.com. So it's the BU. Our LuLaRoe thing. I kept that going, BULLS.com. And I would really appreciate if you would love to donate. That would make me feel amazing. So thank you for giving me that opportunity to share that with all of you. But I'm just so excited that it's just been so inspiring. And to think I almost quit before I started this campaign is scary, because of how far I've come in 10 weeks. And it's not anything to do with me, even though it's the Woman of the Year. It has nothing to do with me. All I did was ask the question, and everyone else came out and gave. And it's just been so inspiring and awesome.
That's amazing, Teresa. And you know what? Sometimes it's hard to ask the question. So asking the question is that step of faith that you did, and you've done so much to raise this money. It's amazing. Emily has a question. Can you leave your VIP link with us as well?
Yeah, it's just LuLaRoe Teresa Spittle.
Okay.
Can I type? I'll type it in the comments.
Oh, okay. That's a good idea. And I can link it to our page too.
That should be it, I think. I'm looking at getting like a domain, like my BULLS. Like I want to get a domain link. I just don't know why it's taking me so long. And they were like $12.
It's because we have so much other stuff we have to do.
Priority list.
Right. Okay. Well, thank you again so much, Teresa. Really, really appreciate it. You're an amazing, beautiful person, and you're so generous to spend this time tonight out of your, family time or whatever time that you were spending. And so we thank you again for doing this for us.
Well, guess what? You're going to do a training for me too.
That's how it goes.
Yes.
I'm happy to.
It was so nice meeting all of you ladies, and good luck. And please don't hesitate to reach out to me if you want to send me a private message. I am available to anyone, and I am happy to answer anything. I am very honest about things. So if you're ready for honesty, I'm here for you.
We love that. Okay. Awesome. Well, thank you so much, you guys. Have a wonderful night, and we will talk again later. Okay.
Guys.